Hey guys, welcome to the warm-up. Let's get ready for the kettlebell session. We need to mobilize, activate, and stretch and wake up all the areas that we're going to need for that kettlebell session. That really focuses on the posterior chain, your spine, your upper back, and just waking up in general. So let's hit the deck all the way down and start with the spine. Cross the knee over, 90 degrees with the leg, and what we're going to do is just exhale and open up the back. Do this about 5 or 6 times. Get all the cracks and pops out of your back here. Open up the T-spine. I'm trying to hold this down as much as I can. And get a good opening of the back right there. This is one of the daily stretches I recommend. You don't even have to be working out that day, and I recommend doing a few of these. You just feel better in general, wakes you up nice. Other side, 5 reps, hold the knee down. Exhale as you open up. You may have one side a lot better than the other one, that's common. But here's your chance to work on it. Maybe do an extra rep or 2 on the side that's tight. Okay, number 2, we're already here. Let's sit up, fingers out 45 degrees or forward, and I'm going to warm up my hips and my glutes, just a simple bridge, try to get to a tabletop, and then drop the butt. Bridge up, tabletop, drop the butt, about 10 times. Each time I squeeze the glutes as hard as I can up there. Stretches the front of my shoulders too. A couple extra just for activation purposes. Okay, you're already here. Warm up the femurs, okay? Shin boxing. Keep the feet flat. Roll to one side. Try to internally rotate one of the legs. Come back to flat feet. Internally rotate the legs. You try to stay straight. And then roll to the other side. I'm taking my leg. We normally do a lot of external rotation when we squat and deadlift and do kettlebells. So this is a good counter. This exercise is probably going to be tight on a lot of you. You may not be able to get the knee all the way down. It's okay. Just go as far as you can and then just work to get that extra mobility right there. You try to stay in the same spot though. Okay. Once that's feeling good, let's go to the main hamstring and leg preparatory exercises for kettlebells. Inchworms, groiners, and a deep squat stretch. Between these next 3, the goal is to really loosen up your posterior chain and get your legs ready for battle here. So plank position please, hands under shoulders, fingers spread, pack shoulders. Let's plank, and I'm going to have you walk your toes up like so without breaking at the knees. So it's straight-legged. You get a big stretch in the hamstrings. And I like to walk my hands back just for some extra pain right there in the stretch. Return to plank and do it again. About 5 times. Okay. And I'm trying to keep my knees absolutely locked and straight and just walk my toes, walk my toes, walk my toes, walk my toes. Hamstring stretch kicks in. Just because I want an extra little bit, I'm going to walk my hands back and try to straighten my legs. Ouch. Do it again. There you go. By about the 3rd or 4th one, you start to loosen up a little bit. Let's do 5. Last one. Also notice that the closer the stance gets, the harder they usually are. You want to go with the stance that hurts the most. There we go. Okay. Next one are the groiners. Let's start to get in the adductors and work in almost like a lunge type position. So wide stance, toes forward. I'm going to hinge back into almost like a little mini splits. Stretch the splits right there. Toes are forward. I'm feeling a big stretch in my calves, my hamstrings, butt, low back. Now I'm going to just turn off to one side. Notice both of my hands are inside my leg, and I'm going to Spider-Man my way right down. Back leg straight. Back to the splits, toes forward. Over to the other side. Both hands on the inside of my leg. I'm going to Spider-Man my way right down. Stretch, back leg straight. Back to the splits. Over to side number one. Spider-Man stretch. Back to splits. Trying to add a little bit of a dynamic effect to this by just moving from one side to the next. Notice I'm getting a lot lower each time. Generally speaking, do about 5 on each side. If you need more, do more. I'm going to do one more on each side. Oh, right there. Right there. Good stretch. Last one. Okay, and ideally, I'd be able to get all the way down to here. Okay. We call those groiners. That really boosts up those adductors. Okay, third one from the leg series, squat stretch. So look, take your heaviest kettlebell, whatever the heaviest one is around you, and just lay the handle down, like so. Walk up to it in your ideal squat stance. I'm going to squat back and hook the handles and pull myself down to the bottom of a good squat stretch. I'm going to put my chest up, breathe a few times, ideal squat position. Notice I've taken my elbows and I've pried the inside of my legs open a little bit. So almost like a 2-in-1 stretch. And now I'm going to hike my hamstrings and my glutes up and get that same stretch I had in the first one, the inchworm. Okay, and then I hook the handles, pull yourself right down, knees out. Use the kettlebell anchor to pull you right down. Then we hike back up. Try to straighten those legs. And I'm going to connect these two positions together. The deep squat and the high hike. The kettlebell is just here serving as an anchor. And my elbows are prying that nice squat together. Okay. Last one is optional. If this does not work for you, then pick another one and redo it. But I like to do my Cossack stretch at this point. My legs feel really loose, more limber than they will through any other warm-up. So bang out those last 3 in a row, and if this is for you, Cossack. Cossack is the side lunge in which we take the same stance we were doing the groiners in, but we're going to side lunge to one side and prop the toe up on the other leg and get a big stretch in my adductor right here. Okay? I have to lean toward the long leg. Then come back to the top. Sit off to my right, but lean to my left. Prop that toe up, sit out, open the knee. Must be flat-footed here. We don't want to be up on the knee like a catcher. Flat feet, open knee, leaning toward the long leg. Okay, and if all you can do is just kind of keep your hands down and you're just working in here, that's totally fine. Okay, eventually that's going to get easy and you're going to realize I can probably just use my hands to guide me here. So look how my hands kind of balance that. Just with my hands right here, I can just kind of get into that a little bit. Doesn't have to be all the way down. It took me a long time to get there, but use your hands as the progression and you'll eventually get there. Okay, last couple. How about some windmills? You're probably feeling really loose by now. Keep it going. Body weight windmills, no kettlebell. Take your feet and 45 degree your feet off to one side. Imaginary kettlebell in the air. all the weight sits back into my right side. That's the side that has the kettlebell. And I'm just going to stretch. Keep that side straight. I'll bet it's looser than it usually is. Okay, a couple on the other side. Imaginary kettlebell, I'm grooving good habits even though I don't have a kettlebell. I don't want my hand turning over as I windmill down. I want to keep the thumb in sight and the shoulder packed. Okay, feet to the right, weight to the left, hinge to the side. Bam. Really feel a good stretch in that one. Let's do 5. Okay, last but not least, let's kind of move around a little bit, wake up the whole body. I like this, it kind of mimics a Bulgarian back spin. So kind of big swoop on the bottom, big swoop on the top. Abs on top, hamstrings on the bottom, abs on top, hamstrings on the bottom. Okay. Now the last part of the warm-up is just to kind of take a kettlebell that's a medium weight for you, and we're just going to do some cleans, some presses, and some swings. And really, you just need to have an element of play in this part right here, because you don't want the first kettlebell that you touch to be like in a strength workout. You think you're going to pick up the 48 like on your first time. You want to get a few sets of some other bells in your system. You want to kind of be revved up. You don't want the first thing you touch to be the heaviest bell like of the day. So let's take a medium weight bell, let's say 24 for me, and I'm going to do like 5 cleans on each side, 5 push presses on each side, and 5 swings. And that would be like a warm-up set, right? So at this point I feel really loose. Grab a medium bell and follow me a little bit. We're going to start with 5 cleans. So set up properly, hinge, tilt, pack. Out of the way. How about a couple presses? Just to wake up a little bit. Same deal. Left knee to the wake up. And 10 swings. Hinge, tilt, pack. Okay, I feel warmed up. Shoulders, legs, spine, practice reps. Give it a second. Visualize the workout, strategize a little bit. Do anything extra that if you feel like you need to do it twice or redo something, it's never too late to warm up something twice or go around and do something like a second time. Totally okay. But get ready for battle. Let's kick some butt.